Hi, this is Rony Mullick, and you're watching the post market show. And today it was again a volatile expiry to say the least. So, markets have been very, very volatile, and things have been in Nifty and Bank Nifty, both of them opened at very high levels, but then the markets could not sustain those levels because we talked about the geopolitical tension in the China and Taiwan area, and we had expected that once everything was settled and US markets ended in the positive, so we thought that we are out of the danger, but we were proved wrong because in the morning the news came that China has launched some missiles near the Taiwan area, and that triggered the defense system of Taiwan, and that news led to a panic sell-off in the markets after 11 p.m. So 10:45, 11 p.m. That is when the massive fall came in Nifty, Bank Nifty, everything was falling like anything. So you can see the markets over here opened at a significant gap up, almost 17,500 and not 500, close to 500, 17,450. But markets made a high of 17,490. And just when we were expecting 17,500 to be taken out, then the massive fall started coming. And once this trend line was broken, there was no end to that. So markets, we thought it will take support near yesterday's high, but that was broken, and the markets fell, and ultimately it came towards 17,160. But this 15-minute candle, you can see it beautifully closing above the level which we had drawn, 17,220. So that is where the markets bottomed out, and it reversed from there, and we saw again a huge up move in Nifty, and it almost closed near yesterday's high. So on a close to close basis, Nifty is just down 0.04%. So this is definitely a buy on dips market, which we had talked about in yesterday's show as well. Come to Bank Nifty, things are looking even more volatile. So Bank Nifty was even more volatile if you mark the high to the swing low. So in a matter of first half, so this is around yes, by 12 o'clock, the Bank Nifty had already fallen 1,000 points, and then it recovered another 600 points from the low. So 1600 point move in Bank Nifty, making it very, very volatile. So people who are trading the trend today, I'm sure they made a lot of money, and the non-directional players must have lost in huge quantities. So this is the current situation in the markets. Nifty, Bank Nifty both down. Coming to other things, we have the Nifty mid caps up by almost 0.58%. So doing really well, Nifty mid caps, but Nifty small caps are down slightly at 0.27% in the red. Coming to sectoral indices, we see that only 5 sectors ended in the green. Out of that, the sectors which did very well, the best one was Nifty Pharmaceutical Index, up by almost 2.37%. So Nifty Pharmaceutical Index doing very well. Sun Pharma, Dr. Reddy, Cipla, all of them are significantly up today. Next, Nifty Metal did pretty well, 1.2% up, and Nifty IT, they also did pretty well, 1.2% up. And the leading the fall was definitely the PSU Bank Index. So PSU banks fell heavily today, especially Canara Bank and SBI. So SBI is down to 533, it is down 1.4%, and Canara Bank also led the fall, falling almost 3.1% today. So that is why Bank Nifty was so volatile, and it could not recover its entire losses because of these banks, the PSU banks especially. Coming to other things, we did I told you the pharmaceutical stocks doing pretty well, and the Dr. Reddy trade, which was updated in the Telegram channel, hope you have got into that. So Dr. Reddy doing pretty well, although the markets were falling. Dr. Reddy managed to close 1.26% in the green. Then we have Infosys doing very well, 2.16% up today. Again, I hope you are in the trade. This was also updated in the Telegram channel. Then Cipla is today up 3.2%. So Cipla definitely looking pretty strong. So it is very close to its all-time high, I think. Yes, all-time high is at 1,081.82. So, and it is already trading at 1,044. So very close to its all-time high. So once this is broken, we can expect a further up move in Cipla as well. So today you can guess that it was IT and pharma doing maximum heavy lifting. So Infosys and Pharma, Cipla, these were the top gainers in Nifty 50, and the top draggers was Reliance, ICICI Bank, SBI, NTPC. So these were the stocks which ended in the red today. So that is the markets today. If you look at the FII, DII buying and selling activities. FII have, again, for the fourth consecutive day, they have bought in the markets. They have bought for 1075 crore today. So from Monday onwards this week, they have been continuous buyers, and they have been buying the dips in the market. So that is exactly what the markets are in a buy and dips market. The first half the market falls, and then in the second half the market recovers. And this was the characteristics. If you remember last year, if you were trading, we would be knowing this phase in the markets. So that is again where we are returning to, is what it seems. DIIs have not sold much today. They have sold just for 46 crore. So nothing significant. Overall institutional figure is on the buy side, is what we are seeing. Now it is time to move to the global markets. So if you remember, we have seen Nifty almost moving 2200, 2300 points up from 15,200. But this kind of rally was not seen in the global markets, especially the European markets or US markets. We have not witnessed such a rally over there. So although the markets in India fell today, it was most likely because of profit booking coming in, because people were slightly panicking because of the China Taiwan issue. So that is why the markets fell so much. But if you look at the German markets were pretty firm, is what we can say. It moved up in the first half, but then there was some profit booking, but it ended in the positive 0.55%. French markets up 0.6%, and the UK markets are slightly down right now, 0.16% in the red. Coming to US markets are also almost flat, is what we can see. Nasdaq is slightly in the green by 0.28%, but Dow Jones is down by 0.27%, and S&P 500 is in the middle, almost flat, 0.07% in the red. So US markets is clearly consolidating, is what we are seeing. Coming to the VIX, the US VIX has not increased much. In fact, it is on a downward trend. So that is good to see, US VIX coming down. India VIX today, there was some fireworks happening in India VIX. It shot up to 21 at one point of time, but then towards the end, since the markets recovered, the India VIX uniformly fell. It ended at 19.25, up by almost 4.4%. Coming to other things, the commodity prices. So we had discussed about this, that you can expect once $90 is breached, you can expect the markets to fall further, the oil prices, and it did fall. 88.49 is where it is trading at, and the next level of support should come around $84.6 per barrel. If that is broken, we can expect a further downward move in crude oil prices as well. So very good to see crude oil prices coming down. That is good for Indian markets, good for paint industry and other industries which heavily depend on crude oil. So Asian Paints, you must be seeing that the stock is every day is moving higher and higher. So that is because of the crude oil prices coming down uniformly. Coming to currency, we see that the Indian rupee, once it shot up to almost 79.8. I think this was when the markets were falling. Let us look into the 15-minute chart and we will see. Yes, this was around 1 to 130. Yes, and yeah, that is when the fall actually happened. So from morning, people thought that the FIIs were selling in huge quantities. That is why the rupee shot up. People were panicking, but then it fell again after the Indian markets near the closing time, and the markets were recovering. So USD INR did move significantly today, but on a close-to-close basis, it is just up 0.2% at 79.22. So nothing to be concerned about it. Dollar index coming down. It is at 105.79. So nothing significant happening over there. Coming to SGX Nifty, it is showing 17,417, which is slightly up from where we closed. So again, almost flat is what we can see, because the US markets are almost flat and trading like that. So now the question is, what lies ahead? So tomorrow we have the RBI interest rate decision. So please keep this in mind. It is said that it will be announced around 10 a.m. in the morning. So the expectation is 5.25%, and last time it came at 4.9. So if you see the difference, it is a hike of 35 basis point. So 35 to 40 basis point hike, I think it would be fine by the markets. But let us see what happens in the markets after this, because we are seeing that globally the interest rate hike is not affecting the markets at all, because market have already discounted this news from earlier. So there are no significant changes in the prices or any dramatic movements. So let us see how much of this is already factored into the markets. So definitely Bank Nifty will be in focus tomorrow, and by 10 a.m. So if you are in option trading, so look out for the IV crash, which can happen, which will benefit the option sellers, but which it will adversely affect the option buyers. So keep in mind this important event. It'll come around 10 a.m. in the morning, so you should keep this in mind. Apart from that, if you look at the price action levels, so today's high 17,490 should be an important level in the if the market moves higher. And on the downside, we can definitely look at 17,200. So 17,200 to 490 is what we can expect in the coming days. If either is broken on the upside or on the downside, we can expect a further move towards that direction. Coming to Bank Nifty, we are seeing Bank Nifty today made a high of 38,230, and that should be taken as an important level. Apart from that, 38,000 should act as a strong resistance, and on the downside, 37,300 to 400 region is what you should be looking out for, and in between 37,630 is also an important level of support. So these are the levels, and tomorrow let us see what the RBI announcement is coming, and also the geopolitical tension about the China-Taiwan situation should also be kept in mind. So because all of that can create any sudden movements, and today was a classic example of what can happen in case there is some negative news in the market. So market can fall like anything, and you have got to witness that today. So keep in mind the VIX is on the higher side it is moving up, so these kind of falls can be there in the market. So with that, I'll end the post market show here. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Wish you a very good night.